And we're live. Hey everybody, we play Mario Kart. I've got Boco and Ashe here.
Hi.
Hello.
This might be a somewhat shorter one because the people who are usually here are asleep, so...
Because they're weak.
Because one of them works at 5 in the morning, and the other one is a tax accountant. And
oh god, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, this is basically from March to April, Josh is just dead to the world. We see him like once a week, maybe. Or he'll call us while he's at the office, because he's usually the only one. Since everybody can work from home now, he usually is just at the office.
A couple people who work in like tax, and they're just... It doesn't say you're live on Twitch.
Oh, it doesn't? That's not... that's a problem.
Or maybe it does. Maybe I'm just stupid. Hold on. I'm willing to just be stupid. Give me a sec. There you go. Now you are. Good job. Proud of you. It didn't pop up as like my little like my studio MagicA is online didn't pop up, so.
How dare you?
There's
well, since there's only 3 of us, we should turn on computers. 48 races, yes? You're ready to play this game for the next 4 hours, right?
Oh god, why?
Nah, I would never.
I'm having flashbacks to all courses cut from Double Dash.
My sister and I used to do like 48 races, which would literally just be, you know, all of them. And
yeah.
God, I haven't played Mario Kart in a very long time. All right, let's see. Which maps do I like? I don't even know.
As soon as my most played one.
Not Neo Bowser City, I know that. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
1.
Oh. It's the dessert one that I don't remember the name of. Hooray!
I actually didn't select anything. I think it selected it for me.
Ah.
Yeah, it does that.
As is per usual, I am eating chicken sandwiches while I play also.
Delicious.
Because I just got home, and I'm hungry.
No excuses.
Eat my dust, nerds.
I don't remember what button does what.
Fuck. Oh god, no. Yeah!
What's the drift button, dude?
Right bumper on the Pro Controller.
Oh, okay, there
Right bumper on
my
the Joy-Cons also.
My Joy-Cons are out of commission. Still.
Who was this
I think
toad?
my package got lost.
Oh, did you send them in for fixing?
I sent them in after I told you, after the tennis incident. And I recently checked the shipping thing was like, we still haven't received your Joy-Cons. Like, they got lost. Awesome. And I still haven't filed a thing with UPS like, hey, you lost my garbage. Replace my garbage.
Please give me my Switch controllers back. I would like to play my Switch.
Give me my single Switch controller back.
Waha!
Because I went to play Ring Fit Adventure the other day. I was like, I only have one.
Why would you do this?
I wish they had a way that you could like play that without like the thigh band, because I hate the fucking thigh band.
Oh boy.
My
wait.
is to
Yes!
just not
I
wear
did
pants.
it! I got the thing to get rid of it. Suck my nuts,
I've
blue
tried
shell.
I've tried like wearing shorts with it so that like it doesn't slip. I've tried wearing capris so it doesn't slip. Like it's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even read like my leg position right. I never get squats right. Like, I can't even actually like play main game. I just have to do custom mode. Because I literally can't beat Dragon X.
Yeah,
because it doesn't register my squats right.
His first that first boss fight just beat my ass, and it wasn't because I was doing well. It was because I was doing bad. It wasn't because of the game. It's because I physically like died. I just couldn't.
No.
Well, that's what frustrates me. It's like I do like if I play like the adventure mode and like do like the squats or whatever, like I'm doing them correctly, but it doesn't like register that they're done correctly. Does that make sense?
Whack.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I can't even play adventure mode.
Malagai says he has to do deep squats for it to register.
Nice.
I've gone as deep as possible, and I'm like I can't do that.
I'm sitting down. This is no longer a squat.
Right?
Oh, you're doing like the chair.
Well, no, it's like you're deep dipping so low, you're basically sitting. And it's like you can't go any lower if this doesn't do it.
I can't squat lower than this, Nintendo.
Exactly.
The creature seems grateful to you.
I don't know how many knees you think I have.
Slap squat, right? Just like get real low. Drop your hands between your legs. Drink some kind of nondescript alcoholic beverage. That's the way to play the game, right?
Vodka.
Nah, like I feel like an actual Slav wouldn't actually drink vodka.
I can try to do some squats.
It's probably like fake garbage. You drink the wine we found outside the pub. I don't know. I I would name some specific Russian building, but then I remembered I don't know anything about Russia. Are you trying to deep squat right now?
Oh, that was enough. Oh, that was too many squats.
One?
I'm playing with my avatar, you see. I'm interacting with the stream. I'm assuming that's what Ashe was laughing at. I mostly just like the Animal Crossing.
I do like the Animal Crossing.
Ah, fuck! How could you do this to me?
I've owned like every single Mario Kart game that's ever come out, except for the SNES one. I don't have that one.
That one's bad. Don't play it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not ever going to. Well, I have played it. I just don't own it.
I think it's on Nintendo Switch Online, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't care though. I'm not gonna buy it. Like,
I don't want.
I played it on the SNES. I don't need to play it again. I just never owned my own copy.
Pain?
Actually, you know what? I take it back. I don't currently own a copy. Well, I might have a copy of Double Dash. I'd have to check my GameCube selection.
You won't be laughing in a minute.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you will. Because none of those really did anything, and y'all are kind of far ahead now. Brain shell, gee, thanks. Oh, that'll take care of it. Have fun.
Yeah, screw you.
That wasn't me, to be fair.
You sure? Said had fun. Who sent it at me? Who do I need to kill? Oh,
No, that one was me.
That one was you, yeah.
No!
Ah!
No!
Darn it.
I love the sad version of this music.
Fireball.
Yeah.
No!
No, I didn't take the turn well.
I didn't either because somebody knocked me out of my drift. Gee, who has fireballs behind me?
Oh, that's not the person directly behind me.
Oh shoot.
My assumption is Baby Rosalina because she also had regular Rosalina. I don't know. There's two of them now for some reason.
I'm regular Rosalina, and I've been here the whole time.
Yeah, but I'm not looking at you.
Are we about to lose to
I don't play Mario Kart like I used to. I don't know. Maybe I still do. I guess it depends who I'm playing with.
Like, I like Mario Kart. It's a fun game. I just can't do it for...
Oh, yeah.
The amount of time I used to be able to focus on a thing is much lower than it once was.
Exactly. I used to play so much more Mario Kart than I do now.
And
like, I don't think I've even like. I don't think I've actually like.
Victory!
Like, I don't even know if I've even unlocked like all the tracks on this version. I did on the Wii version or the Wii U version, but on the Switch version, I don't think I even unlocked everything. I was just like, I've already played this game once. I don't need to like single player run through it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I could unlock Gold Mario at some point, I guess, but like, there's a point at which 150cc like solo is just really fucking hard for no reason, and it's unfair is the thing.
Right? Like it's so weird because
the
50cc
game just cheats.
is like boring. Yeah, it's like because 50cc is like just boring. 100cc is like, okay, well, you know, like it's like 50-50 depending on what
I still
like, map
win
it is.
most of the time by like half the track against the AIs, but like it's you
yeah.
know, it's a more entertaining go. And then 150, the AI just fucking cheats.
Exactly.
How do you feel about 200?
No.
I don't like 200 personally. I have a really hard time with the controls at 200. Like I can't. My reaction time is not fast enough.
Yeah, you have to break is basically what I've been told about 200. About
Why would I
getting good
ever?
at 200.
But it's like,
so you don't
I
run
have
into
no
the
desire
wall.
to get good at 200. I'm not hardcore about Mario Kart any way, shape, or form.
No.
Hardcore Mario Kart.
Zoom. Aw.
Main thing I don't like about this one is that they brought coins back. I don't like the
Yeah,
coin
I never saw
system.
the fucking point.
Of what?
Because, like, I feel like I would win more if I didn't have to deal with the coins, because I miss them constantly. Because I think
Right, like I don't
Mario
even
Kart, they had
bother. I
coins.
don't even bother picking up coins.
Well, that's why you're so slow. Ah, piss.
I think this is also the first game I started playing heavy characters. I used to only ever play medium and maybe like medium light characters.
See, my issue is that Rosalina, I think, used to be a heavy, but I think she's a medium now.
She definitely was a heavy at some point.
No, like for
I
sure.
know that.
But I think she gets like knocked around by Bowser and shit now. She didn't used to.
Well, I think also for this game they kind of refined that system a little bit more, and so there's different like levels of heavy. So she may be a heavy, but be like a light heavy or something.
Yeah, they did some stuff like that in Smash Brothers, so it wouldn't surprise me if it was in here too. Ow!
Oh boy. I'm just gonna have to eat this one, there's no way. Ah! Nobody catch up, I'm injured. Thank you for not catching up, piss. This is actually hard to do because I'm playing on a small screen so that I can see my screen at the same time.
I'm on mine as well. I'm in my office.
I'm plugged into my monitor.
I am too, but I'm like using the stream layout. Nah. Whoa!
See, I'm just in my office because it's easier to Discord in my office.
Yeah. Don't worry, Boco will die. Observe.
Look, the double items in Deluxe might too. I never liked the controls of Double Dash. They were always felt really, really like loose to me, and so I never. That's like the one Mario Kart game that I like despise.
That's interesting because that's generally
right.
the fan
A lot of
favorite
people
one.
really love. I don't know what it is about it.
Oh, come on again.
I have not played it in
one
a
match?
long time. I wonder if I'd like it as much as I did when I grew up with it because it was my first Mario Kart. I'm wondering if I would like it as much.
Yeah, I don't know. Like maybe if I played it as an adult after all the other games I've played, it might be like different. Because my first Mario Kart was 64.
Don't. Oh, why? I hate you all. No, not this. Not like this.
Not like
this. See, mine was the 64, and then right after that was Mario Kart Super Circuit for the Game Boy Advance. And then eventually I played all the other ones. So I never actually played Double Dash as like a kid, because I didn't have.
Damn it!
I didn't play Double Dash till like fucking college.
I can't believe you've done this. My revenge will be swift.
I feel like Alonzo Notes might tell me even more because that means they're more. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Random.
Yeah, because I had Double Dash. We got a GameCube for Christmas when I think I was in first grade, somewhere around there.
Oh God.
And
it's aged 30 years.
That is my strategy, is to make you feel old and distract you from the video game.
Boco, I love it.
And that,
The more
and then
she
my next
cripples
Mario
your
Kart
spine,
was Wii.
the worse at Mario Kart you will be. And I have scoliosis,
then my next
so
one
I'm
was
already
Mario
at a
Kart Wii,
deficit.
which I didn't like as much, and then
Yeah.
this one. Because I didn't have any portable any of the DS family systems. I had the Game Boy Advance.
I just forgot
and
to
then
boost.
I never had a DS.
Yeah, I didn't even have my own 64. I didn't even have my own 64. I played it at a friend's house. I had a Sega Genesis and a PP. But then my mom got me a Game Boy Advance when I was like 13, whatever. And so that's when I got to play more Super Circuit. I had my own Mario Kart game. And then I didn't get a GameCube, but I got a Wii as a high school graduation present. And it was the first time I actually had a console like the year it came out.
Yeah, I was always I was a console behind for most of my life until I became an adult and could buy things myself.
Right, exactly. Now I have them all. Like I went back, like after college, when I was an adult and I had my own money, and I could just do whatever the fuck I wanted. I went and like rebought all the consoles I never got to own as a kid. I bought my own fucking DS. I was like, I'm gonna play fucking Pokemon.
Oh no!
I'm gonna copy of Pokemon. Oh.
Actually, yeah, I was actually like, it was actually kind of lucked out. I want to say, I think I started with like Leaf Green or something.
My first Pokemon game was Coliseum on the GameCube.
Mine was Crystal.
Pokemon game.
Mine was a.
I'm pretty sure I got Crystal on launch.
That's barely a Pokemon game.
Yeah, I know. That was my first Pokemon game. I watched the show and I collected the cards, but I didn't actually play a Pokemon game until I was like 20. And I was able to buy my own. I was able to buy my own 3DS, or not 3DS, DS.
I didn't grow up with it because Pokemon was bad and evil because I had evolution in it.
I was just poor. I was poor. I was really lucky to get Age of Mythology for the PC.
Good game.
Oh fuck yeah!
I bought Age of Mythology at a library sale.
Nice.
I think that's where I think I got ours from our like Scholastic book fair. Uh oh.
I mean, I probably did too. I don't remember.
No, come on, really? Okay, good. It didn't work.
I know it's where we got Sim Life.
Yeah, I remember I went to
Ash, can you fuck off, please?
Nope.
To the like the book sale that our library would have yearly. I got 2 RTS games. I got Age of Mythology and I got Lord of the Rings War in Middle Earth or whatever it's called.
That's a good one.
Which is also very good. I haven't played the sequel though, which is the popular one.
I love RTS games. I just wish I weren't so bad at them.
You gotta get your APM up.
I just pretty sure that was my own banana from last lap.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, because we didn't own any consoles.
Oh, piss! I didn't realize that was the last lap.
Because I didn't own any consoles, we had the computer. And so if I wanted a game, it had to be a computer game. And for a really long time, we only had a Mac, and that was a really weird era because I was like, we're talking like this is like early Mac. And it's like you couldn't get games for Mac or something. Like there was a weird era where it's like whatever computer we had, you couldn't get games for it. And so it was always like really difficult. It's like, why are all these games? Like, I think that was the era. It was like, why are all these games Mac? And we have a Windows machine because like we had like Windows like 95 or something eventually. Yeah. And it was like, I don't know, man. It's weird.
You just couldn't play all your old games.
Like you're having a weird life.
I had a computer for a long. We had like a family computer for a long time, but it was hot garbage and could not play anything. Basically.
Well, like yeah, like we had a MS-DOS computer, so that was like a PS13 or something. And so my first games were fucking like MS-DOS games. Like one of my very, very first games was the MS-DOS port of Prince of Persia, of the SNES Prince of Persia. Shitty at it, obviously, because it's Prince of goddamn Persia.
Those early ones are interesting.
Yeah. And then we had a Mac that is early Mac, like pre-eMac, pre-colored Mac. Yeah, and then we got a Windows 95 machine after that.
Hey babe, we finally
got
And that was
like the weird era. And that was like the weird era when like you couldn't get, like Windows was still relatively new for some reason. Like not for some reason, but so it was like there's a weird era where you could get games on. That was a dumb way of phrasing that.
I looked at the hole in my house and decided to name my computer after it.
But basically, it was like there was an era where we had a Windows machine and a Mac machine, but like the Mac machine was too old to run the Mac games, but you couldn't get Windows games. It was very weird.
Yeah, because obviously wine wasn't
Why?
a thing yet.
I wasn't even winning. Nope. Nope.
Oh man.
Nope.
Oh man. Oh, our first Windows machine after the Mac, they both had this, but fucking floppy disk drive.
Bye, babe.
I remember when the Windows machine can't have been 95. Maybe I don't know what OS that was. It might have been the one right before 95, ME or whatever. But I remember when we were able to take it into the computer shop, and they were able to put a CD drive on it.
Ooh.
And it was like, oh my god, now I can play the new Harry Potter game. It was amazing. It was like the most incredible moment of my life.
So that would have been like that would have been a pre-adaption game, wouldn't it have? If it was
that's a very good question.
Because if it's an adaptation one, then it's like 2003 at least. I think is when those movies came out.
The first movie came out.
Oh man, really? Come
on. It may have
need.
been.
Oh, come
it
on.
may have been like the same year the first movie came out. Because I'm thinking of what it looks like, and I feel like it had like the actors in it.
Yeah, because I feel like we've gotten significantly less book adaptation games since the new millennium.
Absolutely.
We got them a lot in the 90s, 80s, but once they stopped, it got to 2009. Oh wait, adapting movies is a lot more valuable. Stop running me over, please.
No. Stop being so small.
I hate this track. I do so poorly at this track.
I dare you to get in front of me, babe. I dare you.
Okay. I'll give me a second.
Now I'm trying to remember which fucking game it was. It was the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone game. I loaded it up. And I was like, oh my god, these graphics are so realistic. Like, we all had that moment.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're a kid of the 90s, you had that fucking moment.
Yeah, I was actually...
Because I grew up on SNES games. Like, I'm pretty sure the N64 and GameCube were, like, out when I was a kid. Go fuck yourselves, by the way. But, like, we had an NES and an SNES up until we bought a PS2 that barely ever worked, so I usually just went back to the SNES. Oh, man, I had the Empire Strikes Back on that shit. It was super hard.
Games on it you've played.
Yeah, I know. Well, okay, let me describe to you the SNES games we had. We had...
Okay.
Let me see if I can remember them all. There actually, honestly, wasn't all that many. There was the Empire Strikes Back. That one I played a lot of. Never got very far. It was a very hard game.
Yeah, because the Super Star Wars games are incredibly hard and not really well designed. Even though there's, like, some cool stuff in them.
Yeah, there was a game that was 101 games in one, I think, that had most of, like, the classic NES games in it. And those are the two I remember.
See, we didn't have it. We had so at my house, we had the computer, we had Atari 2600 and my Sega Genesis. At my grandma's house, my grandpa had bought an NES and an SNES for the kids. And they only had like 5 games total. But so like for the so the 2 games I played the most were the Super Mario. Like it wasn't even like 1, 2, and 3. It was the Super Mario Brothers, and then Super Mario World for the SNES. But then he also had like this on the NES. He also had this bass fishing game.
Nice.
That I never could figure out how to play. Because like there wasn't like
those games are always like ridiculously like complex and also not very clear on what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and like it didn't have like the instruction booklet or anything still attached. Like it was just like had to like kind of open it up and figure it out. And then one of them was it was that same one you're talking about, the 100 NES games or whatever the fuck.
Which is definitely unlicensed, which is surprising considering they made it a lot harder to do unlicensed games on the SNES. Like the main like known unlicensed game for the SNES that got around it was a Bible game of all things, which was a Super Noah's Ark 3D, which was just a graphics flip of Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
No, wait, don't.
Oh man, I was at a game
stop.
shop and then they fucking had that game. They fucking had the Noah's Ark game, and it was like $400. I was like, oh fuck.
Oh, man, I gotta get Noah. Mom will love this one. And the thing is, like, how Noah's Ark worked was so, like, it was like a horribly deformed cartridge with, like, a thing on the top where you had to attach a legit SNES cartridge to beat the piracy protection on the SNES.
Yep.
Which was just,
oh,
no.
It's amazing. It's fucking amazing. Which is hysterical that it's a Bible game.
Yeah, no.
That is.
It's because Nintendo was doing like really heavy on Nintendo seal of approval back then to like quality control stuff.
Right, exactly.
And they were not good enough.
Because it was a
and also it may have also been another thing is that Nintendo of America specifically was against like religious iconography in like any of their games. So like if there was a cross in a game, a lot of the times that would be censored out to be something different.
God,
so it's a big
I've
thing
gone
on
off the track like 8 goddamn times in this track. Why am I so bad?
There's also ironic when you consider how much Christian iconography is in the early Zelda games.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Because like this was specifically Nintendo of America.
Exactly.
There's a lot of Japanese ones that had like.
Well, because it's different. Because in Japan, that Christian iconography doesn't mean anything. It just looks cool.
Yeah.
Like, I just think they're neat, you know, like...
I just think they're neat.
Shit. You see, I just got hard flashbacks now of this Mac Bible Builders game. And now I want to see if I can find it.
I'm gonna be fucking lucky to get 4th in this goddamn race, and I'm so mad.
Look at that lead, dude.
Gee, thanks for that now! Oh, come on, are you kidding me? Oh my god! Ah!
I want to see if I can find this Bible.
I
just have this weird,
I can't
like,
believe
flashback.
that shit. Oh my god, I'm so mad.
Now I'm thinking about games I would get from my library. We had like a small PC game section.
That was miserable.
Oh my god, they have it on abandonware. Yes! Oh my god, I'm gonna play
Excellent.
this. I'm gonna fucking play this. I was so good at it. I was such a good little Southern Baptist. I was so good at this game.
Yeah, actually, speaking of abandonware, I found a game like that. I had gotten a demo disc out of I think it was a box of Pops. Remember when they put demo discs in cereal?
Yeah, I fucking played Kellogg's Monopoly so goddamn much as a kid. Because it was just it was the full game of Monopoly. You could just play Monopoly, and it just came in a cereal box.
Yeah, so the one I was talking about was extremely goofy skateboarding.
Yeah, I had that one too.
Yeah, so like, this was just several months back, and I was like, I'm curious. I googled it up, and I found the whole thing on abandonware. It's like, huh.
Nice.
I played it. It's like, oh man, this sucks. Turns out the goofy skateboarding games was not made well.
I need to find a way to get a new copy of this is a completely off topic. Oh my god, just non sequitur, just fuck out of this conversation. EV Nova, which is this old, like, well, not old. I mean, like early aughts, mostly Mac.
Almost 20 years ago, yeah.
Space, yeah, shut up. Space, like, trading game, but like it's a top-down, like spaceship game. You build your you upgrade your spaceship and you take on jobs. And you're basically just, like, gig economying across the galaxy. Like, you're just, like, gigging across the galaxy, like, you know, and you can trade and stuff. Like, there's all these, like, subplots and stuff. I've been wanting to play it, but, like, it's so hard to get a hold of now.
Like, a lot of old PC games are kind of hard to get a hold of in working condition, and probably doubly so for Mac.
Exactly. Like, and it's funny, because I found out that my husband had a copy. And I was like, holy shit, are you serious? I'm gonna play EV Nova. And so he found, like, his old, like, key, but it doesn't work anymore. Like, I was able to download it for a little bit, like, 7 years ago. But then, like, it doesn't work anymore now. Like, something changed on their site, and so you can't access it anymore. I'm gonna be very sad.
I'm thinking, let's see. I know I've got a fair amount of old PC games sitting around. We have a trilogy edition of Myst, so it has all the 3 Myst games
God,
on
I
it.
can't see.
That we had a lot of like Betrayal franchise games. The one I specifically remember playing was Amazon Trail, because there's like you could get soft locked in certain parts. So, like, the thing I hated the most in those games was basically the trading system. Like, so the thing that really upset me was randomly when you're going down the river in your horrible JPEG canoe, you'd come across this, like, native guy, and you talk to him for whatever things, I don't remember. And then you tried to leave it, he's like, no, before you go, we must trade. I was like, I don't want to do that, I hit the button. He goes, no, before you go, we must trade. And if you want to leave, you have to trade with him. And then I couldn't get him to take my rope or my harpoons or whatever I had.
Ridiculous. There was a game I played called Africa Trail.
Ooh.
And it
no,
was
nothing problematic in there, I'm sure.
It's actually not, though. That's the thing.
Amazing.
So what it is it was a game. It's a little bit newer. It's like a Windows 98 game. And it was basically, it was all photographs. Everything was photographic. Nothing was illustrated.
Nice.
And it was actual photos of Africa and stuff. And it followed the actual trail of some bicyclists who like trail biked across Africa in various capacities. And so it was really cool in that regard. Like, you'd go to new cities and you'd learn about these African cities, and it was really, really neat. And like you had to buy food, and you had to buy bike parts, and like it was basically say those same things of food, bike parts, managing resources and stuff.
It's just an Africa skin for
Yeah, I've been using this model.
It was a modern African Oregon Trail. But here was the thing. You had to get passports between each country.
Now, things have become interesting.
And so that was like, or you had to like get your visa stamped or something. And here was the problem, though. If you got to the border of the country and you hadn't gotten your visa stamped, they wouldn't let you in the country. Really? And so you had to bike back to wherever you could get your visa stamped to go into the next country. And so you lose days and days at a time. And when I figured out that what was happening, I was like, cool, I'm never going to let that happen. So I would stop in every single major city on the route, and there were still times I couldn't get into the countries. I couldn't find a single place to stamp my visa to get into the country. And I don't know if it was some kind of like glitch or if there was some element that I didn't know about, but that's so frustrating.
Honestly kind of realistic.
Oh, so it's recently, very realistic. That's
I had been watching a YouTuber who does like geography stuff, and it's like, here's this time several years ago where we drove across the country to go to China from Denmark, I think. And he talked about how multiple times several countries were incredibly uncooperative about getting him a visa.
But it was just so frustrating though, because you're like, I stopped in every single major city. No one was able to stamp my passport to go into this next country. Where was I supposed to do this? It was very frustrating.
Where do I go? So what I was about to say is I've been using this model for probably a good like month or two now, and I just now noticed that my glasses are on the wrong layer. It's fine.
You could just put your glasses on the wrong layer in the morning.
It's fine. They're supposed to be over my hair, but they're not.
Put your glasses on the wrong layer in the morning, and your hair, like I said, your hair keeps like clipping through your glasses in real life.
No.
The line art for your hair in real life somehow appears below the glasses.
We're probably gonna go for a bit longer, Dusty. I don't know what Ashe's schedule is like, but
I can wait.
I was waiting for Dusty to show up. I knew he.
I can wait for Dusty.
Yeah.
He'll win.
I haven't talked to Dusty in forever. I am not doing well right now. I'm like so distracted. My ADD is like kicking me. No, I just have to be up early-ish tomorrow. I have to be up like 8 tomorrow. And I actually have to be up. I can't like laze about. I can't let my 8 turn into 9, basically.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Bullying you. You feel bullied?
I think I'm the one winning here, though.
Doesn't seem like it. Oh, what kitty? Now I can't see.
Yeah, I'm doing poorly. I'm like number 7.
Bop, 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 bop.
Bob, you fool, you didn't...
Ah! No! No! I'm so close! No! I can't believe this!
Blue shell doesn't help me at all, but it makes you feel pain. That's all that matters to me.
I've been robbed! Ah! Why have you done this to me? I deserve none of
The
this.
pure pleasure of it. It didn't help me in any way, shape, or form. It was just funny.
I'm sad now. This is
God, I did really bad.
This is my dead inside face.
Listen, I'm making up for our win-loss deficit because it's like 16-80.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's rough.
That's because this was the first game I got for my Switch, and they'd had their Switch since, I don't know what, since the Switch came out, probably?
Launch, probably. Launch or close.
I got mine 2 years ago.
What a beautiful crown.
Should be my crown.
I think I won all of the
Crown
races except maybe
me.
one. Where's the...
Excuse me.
No.
Burped. I'm not sure about here.
There it is.
How dare you?
I'm thinking about... in first grade, in the very brief amount of time that I actually went to school, we had a computer class. And I was given a game that we could take home, and it was on a floppy disk.
Oh, yes.
It's, as I recall, the name of the game was Snowball? Which was like...
So for middle school, for 5th grade, yeah, I think it was like it was a typing class. It was to learn how to type. I don't remember anything. Keyboarding, that's what it was. Yeah, in my keyboarding class, we were required to buy floppy disks. It was like on our list. We never used it.
Why? What would you put on them?
I don't know.
That's very silly.
And that was middle school, so...
Yep.
That's ridiculous, because we were using floppy disks. This would have been first grade for me, so I would have been like 7, and they were already old then. That would have been like, what, 2003 maybe? I don't know my years very good.
It would have been 5th grade. Do the math yourself. I'm too busy winning.
Listen, I don't know. Well, 3 things plus 4, and minus 1.
I graduated in 2014. Does that help you?
No!
Alright, well.
You're adding more numbers.
I thought I was adding a pretty helpful number, frankly, but...
No, I was trying to get to my year for what was you say, 4th grade, 5th grade?
5th grade, it would have been.
So if I got to 5th grade from my 1st grade and then just minus the year, then you'd have the year.
I can't believe I missed that fucking boost. Oh, god damn it. Oh, come on! What? I'm not even in 1st anymore! Both of you passed me before I got hit by that blue shell.
I mean, it wasn't going to hit me because I was in Beal.
God damn, every time I have fucking upgrades I can use to help myself in any meaningful way.
Upgrades? You say, I gotta upgrade my Mario Kart.
Get back here, Morton!
You know what? Nintendo needs to make a roguelike game. You need to make a Mario roguelike.
Ooh. Put that on mobile.
And or roguelite. One of the two.
Morton, I swear to fucking God. Watch that not even be his goddamn name. No, it was Morton. I'm amazed I was right about that.
It was Morton.
He's a bastard is what he is.
Well, yeah, we actually don't know who the parents of the Koopalings are. No, I hit the wrong one.
You don't want to do the Yoshi? You don't want to do the Yoshi-shaped map?
Nah, I was trying to do Music Park.
Fool. We're going to the Thwomp Ruins or whatever. It has been decided. My favorite thing about playing this game is there will be like 1 or 2 characters that you're like, oh yeah, I see them pretty regular in the race, and the rest of them you're like, wait, Lemmy is in here? Get back here, I need to bully you.
I thought you wanted me to do that too. Ooh, free money.
I can bully back. Wow.
Ah, banana peel.
I managed to hit that.
Did you hit your own Nana?
Yeah, I did.
Fool.
And I'd do it again.
You know, relationships with determinant like that.
I would never hit my Nana.
Oh, no.
Later, losers. Oh, come on!
Beautifully timed.
I was like, huh, I've got 3 shells, or I've got 2 shells yet. There's no way that's gonna hit me, and then it did.
It was a risk. I was willing to take it.
No, I drifted the wrong direction, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
shoot. I got hit by a stone, so I'm an idiot.
Real flat Stanley over here.
Flatly. Thwomp, please. Thank you.
Get back here. Oh, that almost hit me. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were trying to cause me bodily harm.
I was trying to hit Ashe,
I
actually.
screwed that one up. Fuck.
Here.
Ah, damn it. Oh, there I go from first to third. This is you two.
I would never. Whatever you're about to accuse me of, it doesn't sound like something I would do.
Uh-huh. Sure.
No. God, my drift is just completely off tonight.
Wah!
No longer the drift. Okay.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi.
Jerk.
Wasn't even me. I just saw it happen.
You didn't stop it.
I can't?
Plunge Skyrim into chaos. Damn it. I mean, it
Oh,
did.
you piece of God bless it, baby Daisy. No, Pink Gold Peach. Pink Gold Peach, like, just skirted in and took my third place.
The worst character in this game is Pink Gold Peach. I think we can
God.
agree on that.
Gah.
I can't believe you've done this. Whew. This game do be stressful, though.
Hey.
Oh, my spine. Oh, I regret
Do you
that.
need a new one?
Ugh.
Do I need to get you a new spine from the spine
Yes,
cabinet?
please. I'm in great pain.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's good as it's gonna
We've
get.
got some. Yeah,
I forgot to hit the boost button, damn it! I can only bully you if I boost! I was so distracted by my back pain.
Now we are doing the major minor scale on the piano.
Oh, wait.
Now we're doing the scale on the marimba.
Did you need something, Alex?
And now it's on maybe a harpsichord.
I need you to be dead. I need you to commit
We'll
alivent.
come back to you. Boco.
Oh no! Oh, it's fine. I clipped through it.
Sir? Sir, I need you, sir. I'm just gonna get rid of this. It's not gonna help me. Oh, hey. That will. Indirectly.
So well is because of that music appreciation class I took a few semesters ago.
Oh, it's obviously the answer.
Yeah. I turned in a late paper. I talked about raunchy jazz clubs. I got over 100%. It was great. I'm still very proud of getting to use that phrase in my analysis of a classical piece of music.
God, my friend, she, when she was finishing up her, degree in communication, her capstone project was a musical theory analytical, comparison between, Lady Gaga and, frick.
Kesha.
No!
It was Lady Gaga and
No.
German opera composer. I'm blanking for some reason.
Mozart, Chopin.
Mozart did not do.
No,
do
it's
opera.
a
I don't even know
Mozart
Chopin's
hated
German.
opera.
I cannot believe.
Fucking
I cannot believe.
I'm having such a bad
Oh my
time,
God.
y'all.
Van Bruten.
Wagner. Oh my
Wagner.
God.
Oh yeah, that.
I was like Ring Cycle. What the hell? Why can't I think of this man's name? Wagner. Yeah, so she's a musical theory approach to analytical deconstruction of the comparisons between Wagner and Lady. It was great. No, it was fucking amazing. Like, she was allowed to invite people to her capstone, and so people could ask. Like, she's like, come to my capstone, ask me intelligent questions, so I can answer them intelligently. And I was like, all right. Because that's what everyone did. Like, everyone's like invited their friends to ask them intelligent questions. I ripped into somebody who was doing a color theory presentation.
Nice.
It was really bad. She did a presentation about color theory, but it was very it was very not even Judeo-Christian. It was just Christian-centric, like modern Christian-centric. Yeah, no, it was weird. It was
theory.
It was super weird. It's basically like, yeah, it was Jesus color theory.
Why would you do that?
It was so weird, but like, so I was willing to allow the the presentation would have been fine if it had been specifically about color theory in Christian context.
If you had
like, that would have been
transparent about what you were doing.
Right, exactly. Like, that'd be perfectly fine. Like, oh, here's how modern Christianity interprets color based on passages of the modern Bible. Okay, cool, great. But like, the way her color theory presentation was presented was very like broad. It was like, this is the color theory, but it only used American Christian references. And so I like raised my hand and I was like, well, did you take into consideration that these colors in Hinduism mean something completely different than they do in Christianity? And she's like, well, no, the purview of my study was Christianity. And I was like, you should have fucking said that. Like, make that part of your thesis, you know? Like, don't just be like, here's color theory. Oh, BT dubs. It's all about the Bible. Like,
they barely talk about color in the Bible. This is all
weird.
It's all headcanon they've made up since. And I'm not changing the terminology I've used. It's headcanon.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with you. It was so funny. Another friend that came, almost lost her shit because her degree was in fucking an art degree. And so like, she had a lot more
goddamn banana on this track.
A lot more academic rigor regarding things like color theory, and she was
driving through the fucking plants. I don't care anymore.
Would you consider yourself the second banana, Supes?
No, I am the first banana. Do not mock me.
I absolutely am mocking you. Oh.
Experience fire! This is your punishment!
I do love the baby turret.
I do also love this one. It's a very decisive track.
The fucking incredibly frantic music.
Because like, I love how like you could lap people so easily.
Yeah, that's why it's so great.
Those coming for me.
And also, everyone remains relevant. It doesn't matter how far behind they are. They're relevant to what's going on.
I mean, that's like fair. That's a fair like critique of how these tracks work. Like how Mario Kart in general just kind of exists in this state where it's like
the pack state.
Fuck off!
Yeah.
No! No!
Oh, last minute, my third place. Coming down from first to third is a race. You okay there? Check my heart monitor, my watch real fast.
Are you winning, son?
No.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I can probably do like one more. Well, maybe one or two, depending on like variables. One for sure, maybe two.
Okay.
Like 4 race.
Yeah, 4 race sets.
Yeah.
Something you've also reminded me of. So I watch a lot of music theory stuff on YouTube because I think it's very interesting, even though I don't understand half of it.
I need to breathe.
Right.
So there's this one guy watch who does like musical analysis, and he did a video on Sweeney Todd, and he's like, it's got this one leitmotif from the DAC, right, in like almost every single song.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Did he break down? Did he break down like the stage musical soundtrack, or did he use the movie?
He was going back and forth between the two.
Because I feel like the movie, I feel like there's places where the movie drops a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Something in the instrumentation in the movie, they change it. They also left shit out of the movie that made me sad. They left out Attend the Tale of Sweeney Todd. Attend the Tale of Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, he actually
talked. A hungry god.
He specifically talks about how they leave out the opening number because it's kind of fourth wall breaking or whatever.
But it's so good. Reason. Like that's the thing, though. It would have been perfect as an overture to the opening credits.
It kind of is. It uses some of the like similar like actual like music, the notes rather than the actual.
Well, right. Like you can hear it. Like you can hear that. You can hear that song in the opening of the movie. That I will admit they did, but I was still just really bummed because I was like so stoked on it.
So that the other main one that he's done that I really liked was like he did a big analysis on the film adaptation of Les Mis and about all the stuff that they kind of did wrong. Basically, it basically boils down to the guy who, I'm not sure if it was directing or the main guy who's handling it, who also I will mention, is the guy who handled the Cats movie.
Yes.
Yep. He wanted to record all of it live.
And that's just not how film works.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they would be singing for 10 hours on end.
That's not how you do that.
No.
That's which is how you break your vocal cords.
It's not how you do that.
It's like a 15-minute video, but it's incredibly
I imagine
fast.
trained like musical actor, fucking God, what's his goddamn name? Wolverine was like, hey, that's
Hugh Jackman?
Yeah, that's the one. I was just gonna call him Wolverine.
The Hugh Jackman. Oh, don't even get me started on him.
Hugh Jackman was probably like, hey, this is kind of whack.
Well, okay, let me get you on this. He dehydrated himself. Mr. Hugh Jackman dehydrated himself for like several days to just get incredibly buff for one scene at the beginning. Which is, I don't think I have to tell you, is bad for singing.
Yeah.
You
sort of need hydration to talk.
Yeah, like
to make
several days to get like rid of all the fat to just be like all muscle for it. And it's like, and the guy is doing it like, no, that's really bad.
Hugh.
And I don't remember if it was either him or Russell Crowe, who was like, people are really rough on Russell Crowe for his performance.
I really liked Russell Crowe in the role. I think looking back, his singing was not the best.
His singing performance is specifically what I'm talking about. Basically, from what I understand, is that he never got like a concrete vocal teacher. He instead had like 3 or 4 different ones.
Yeah, so
because he was still moving around. And basically every vocal teacher uses like slightly different terminology or exercises or whatever. Yeah. So he's basically just restarting over and over again.
Like I feel like they make this mistake all the time of just not using like if you're doing a movie musical, just use the right actors. You know, like you don't have to rely on that star power. Like people were gonna see Les Mis, you didn't have to have Russell Crowe and Hugh Jackman in it if you didn't want to. Like you know what I mean?
How a lot of animated movies these days use not necessarily voice actors for their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, but nobody's gonna watch it if we don't have John Cena. And don't get me wrong, John Cena is a fantastic actor. I love John Cena with all my heart and soul, but he's probably not the best voice actor in the world, right?
Well, Sweeney Todd's a really great example of they got Alan Rickman and Johnny Depp as the leads in that, and Johnny Depp can sing, but Alan Rickman can't fucking sing. Alan Rickman's I can't sing. Why they cast me as this? He's he had to learn how to sing, and it's yeah. Did they give great performances? Sure, but you could have also just
got
found the actor.
That or get a stage actor who already does the musical.
Exactly.
Would probably been a
I was really glad with the way
they.
they ended up doing the Hamilton like film, quote unquote, is they literally just taped the fucking stage play. Granted, I would have liked if they'd find somebody who was a better singer than Lin-Manuel Miranda to play Hamilton, but you know.
Oh, whatever, it's fine. But like, you know why the Rocky Horror Picture Show is like such a good stage-to-screen adaptation? They used the original fucking cast of the Rocky Horror Show in the movie. Like, is that movie good? No. It's not. I've seen it 200 times. It's not good.
It's not good, but I keep watching it.
I was in a Shadowcast for 2 years. So I saw it every single Saturday for like 2 years. It hurts.
Listen,
like,
I understand. I kind of like that when I was a kid with Star Wars Episode 1. Because you know how kids have those movies that they'll watch, their comfort movie or whatever.
Exactly.
And that was mine for a long time.
Yeah.
I think mine was the first Pokemon.
But like, as far as like, I was Lion King for a while. Like, as far as adaptations of stage musicals, like RHPS is really good. Like, despite all its other problems, because they just use the OG cast.
Yeah, that's the thing,
West
right?
End
Like, this has already been done with these exact people.
Yeah, we're just gonna do them.
They know how to do it already. It'll save us so much time on production.
Exactly.
Did you see me just dodge that blue shell by driving off a cliff? That's fucking genius, is what I just did.
Is it saving time?
I think so.
God, I'm not even paying attention anymore. I'm like so behind. I don't even care. Don't even care.
Ah!
I'm just here having
Dusty
fun
Socks
with
is
friends.
playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Fucking shit.
Mario, Dusty, get your bath in.
I'm too slow to drift.
Not being able to drift from that.
I'm trying to think now. See, I'm not trying to think what thing I did watch over and over and over again, and I think the answer is Babar.
Is that the elephant?
It's the elephant. I watched that
Babar?
VHS like every day of my fucking life.
I remember reading the Babar books. Speaking of children's books, do you ever see the Arthur books? Arthur is actually terrifying looking.
Oh, he's horrifying.
Yeah.
It's Dusty.
Hey.
He's a bear.
Hey.
Oh.
Oh, I just realized I've been using the Supes casual layout this whole time.
Oh no.
Whoops.
Cool.
Heaven forbid.
It is very casual. Except for when you gamer rage.
Uh-oh. 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 I still have face rig on this. I don't even have... Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Oh, Beans gang. Oh, no. I managed to close VTube Studio on my iPad, too. Oh, no.
How are you doing this? Now, swapping back to, like, your comfort movie when you were a kid. I know I had two others. I will reluctantly admit one of them for me for a long time was Home on the Range. The Disney movie.
Oh, the one with the
cows.
No, the cows. The cows. I was thinking of a different one. I started watching them the entire
Oh,
stream.
God, I don't even have... Oh, no. Oh, I don't even have... I'm switching back to Supes casual. I can't.
Supes just, like, screwed everything up all at once.
I fucked everything. I'm fine. It's fine.
And then my other comfort movie was Final Fantasy VII Advent Children.
That's so specific.
I know, I like that movie a lot, and I have most of it memorized.
I had a friend who used to watch, see again, this is why I had to reveal how old I am. She had Advent Children. It was my first exposure to Final Fantasy, was Advent Children. Because I didn't have a PlayStation or anything as a kid, so like, it was very, but in high school, my friend Lucy would like watch it on the bus, on band trips. Like, anytime we had a trip with band, if we had like away game or whatever,
right.
And she would just watch it every single time, and we'd watch it over her shoulder. She watched it subbed.
The brown cat is not following, thank you.
She watched it subbed because you couldn't hear it dubbed on the bus. But she also just like apparently had it memorized, like you.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I've seen it over 50 times. I know that for sure.
But she watched every single band trip.
And winning.
Yeah, I actually was in first place, then I held break because I saw the blue shell coming, and that's why I was just stopped in the middle of the room. Oh, no!
And then I would go on to be an adult who also has a DVD of Advent Children that I've never watched.
Did you just drive into a banana? Like,
Yeah, don't worry about it. You could, and you will.
okay.
You will if I have
Apparently, there's
anything to say
some
about it.
apparently it's divisive to like Advent Children, but I like it a lot, and I think the voice cast for it is incredibly good.
I've just never watched it.
I'm
Like,
kind of sad that they didn't keep Crispin Freeman as Rude in
Don't.
Final
God
Fantasy VII Remake.
damn it.
Yeah.
But the new actor
Did
for
you
him
just
does
drive
really good.
into my root show?
Maybe.
Oh my god.
You should watch
I,
Advent
what
Children.
I will, yeah, you should. I will also posture that the greatest film, the greatest scene in film history is Vincent's entrance into the big Bahamut battle, where he says, "Where can I buy a phone?" and walks by.
It's the best.
You may think I'm joking, but no. There's a whole subplot about how Marlene Barrett's daughter just wants to call Tifa on Cloud's flip phone. By the way, this is how old this movie is. Cloud has a flip phone, and then she asks Vincent if
Can
he
I
has
use your
a phone.
phone? He's
Of
like,
course,
no.
Vincent, being the vampire man, obviously does not have a phone.
He literally, everybody else shows up like, where the hell have you been? They're all doing like cool fights and stuff, and Vincent just walks in like, where can I buy a phone?
Where can I buy a phone?
I love Vincent. He's such a dip.
It's so dumb. I love it. Honestly, like, even though I was not aware of like the events of Final Fantasy VII, even though I'd seen my brother play part of it, because that's my main exposure to Final Fantasy, was my older brother who played 7 and 10. We also had 8, but I never saw him play that one. But those two are pretty big, cemented in my head. And I think I was young enough when I was into watching the movie that I really didn't care about its tie to the game.
Right.
It's like, cool action scene.
Where they all throw him up at Bahamut. A thing that definitely makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, don't get me started on the Aerith Ghost. That also helps with that.
And also the Zack Ghost.
Yeah, that happens too. Yeah, but is that? I was more talking about the Barrett and Boz fight scene in the church.
No, that was not Barrett. That was
Tifa.
No, Barrett, Tifa. Marlene was there, so it was part of Barrett.
No.
I was struggling to remember Boz's name for a second, and then I said Barrett for some reason, because they're both big.
They are both big.
God, I hate when I hold the drift button too soon and start drifting in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I can relate.
And I think the biggest tellers that I really like the movies that I actually know the names of the villains.
Oh yeah, like Yazoo and
yeah, Yazoo, Kadaj, and Boz. They're all really bad names, huh?
They are. Speaking of bad, oh, that's a blue shell.
You may fuck off. Whoever is behind me with a goddamn star.
No, why am I
in front of you?
This is.
Kick you while you down.
Sounds like something cool is happening up there. If only I could catch up.
I am here now.
I was trying really hard to avoid that banana and almost just drove into it at like 2 miles an hour.
That's correct, please.
Do you have another one of those?
I just got it.
No.
I'm just gonna. Ah, shit. I
What up?
banana peeled myself, a moron.
God, I'm doing really bad, gang.
I was watching earlier on stream. I was like,
Oh
when I saw
my
you got hit by
god.
Team with Boco.
Oh
you got hit by a
my
blue shell earlier.
god.
And then the next item you got was the Mega Horn. I was like, oh no. Too little, too late.
I haven't got the Mobius whip at all this game. Oh no, this is putting me in a bad position.
Yeah, I haven't got that at all either.
I'm in 8th.
And I've been low enough that I could have in theory.
Now I'm thinking about, this is a little off the cuff, I was thinking about like prank trailers. Do you guys remember that Legend of Zelda movie prank trailer that IGN made in like 2007?
God, it was so good.
It got me a year later, I think.
I knew it was like a prank at the time because I was like, "There's no way." I swim.
Yeah!
Wait,
Aw.
oh no, you didn't get second. I saw the video. I was like, the
Damn
blue
it.
shirt.
Damn. Are you okay, Des?
That was me.
Oh, yeah,
I'm fine. Oh.
No, I
just-
remember that.
I won? Fuck yeah. Woo!
By 4 points.
I can do like one more set.
Okay,
Alright.
cool.
Hot damn.
Then I should sleep like an adult.
Anytime my face goes all wonky, you may assume I'm drinking.
I should add a drinking animation.
That would be hard. See, that would be hard, so no.
Yeah.
Weak.
Okay, you do it then.
Actually, I can't draw.
Well, there you go.
I'm just here to be hot.
Me too.
I'm not. I'm here to. I'm here to.
I'm here to
cause
win.
trouble. I'm not here to win. I'm not doing that. I'm here to cause trouble.
I'm
Or
here for.
something.
I'm just here.
I'm causing problems on purpose.
Today I will cause problems. Me getting up every day and logging on to Final Fantasy.
Oh my God.
So actually, you reminded me of something I had watched today about like seeing oh these graphics are so good. So today I watched a video on how Disney was trying to make the Chronicles of Narnia a movie franchise and didn't.
Yeah.
Which I was actually unaware that was Disney until a few months ago.
Yeah,
But the main-
it's not really. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a
Because it
Disney
was like
franchise.
it was like under a different name or something
Yeah.
like that. Was why it was like a
Subsidiaries.
something like that. Because it also reminds me that they also own Pulp Fiction.
That one I did not know. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
But the thing is, Disney also owns most things at this point.
Yeah, because
Pulp
Disney owns
Fiction is-
everything. So you say Disney owns something, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's most
Pulp
likely
Fiction
true.
is Disney?
And now it is. I'm not sure if
Oh.
it was. It's under a subsidiary. I'm sure.
Okay.
But the thing I was talking about is like they showed
Clan.
a bit from the Line to Wish in the World Tour PS2 game, which was the game I had growing up. I was like, I remember that looked good. And I saw, I was like, ooh,
It doesn't.
this doesn't. Look at that blur there. I can't believe I thought there was a Minotaur like 15 years ago.
God, is that original? Is that PS2 era? Really?
On PS2, yeah.
I'm just trying to think when that movie came out.
It was post Lord of the Rings, and they were trying to cash in on that whole
It
trend.
feels so much newer than that, though.
Like 2003, 4?
Really?
I
That
think so.
feels weird. That
Oh my
feels
God,
super
Ninja.
weird.
It was in like a lot of the subsequent movies might be what's getting you were in development
I
hell
mean,
for a long time.
probably. I mean, yeah, because I think
Ow.
like what Dawn Treader like came
Dawn
out
Treader
relatively
a
recently.
long time afterward because Prince Caspian did not do good enough for Disney.
Yeah,
and they-
because the book is stupid, so I'm not surprised the movie.
Disney announced a few months later after the movie came out, it's like, no, it didn't do good enough, and we're not going to be doing it
I
anymore.
knew
Yes!
that, like when they announced they were gonna do a whole like I remember when Chronicles
I managed to pull a horn like as it was coming down at me.
and Lion with the Torah, but I was thinking, wow, it'd be really cool if they did the entire book series like this. And then I immediately was like, oh god, Prince Caspian's gonna be awful. But Dawn Treader's gonna be baller. And then I said that ended up being the case. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
surprised that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Because like they're
Off my
perfectly
shorts,
serviceable,
Mr.
you know, books.
Socks.
They're good books.
You're-
I've read them several times.
You're
Yeah.
much too far
But,
ahead
like-
from me for that to matter, bro.
Yeah, like
Like when they got to Horse and His Boy, what's that gonna be about? That's
what,
stupid.
what are they
Like-
going to do? Are they going to insert that into the middle?
Like, yeah, are they
Like,
gonna use like book order? Or are they gonna use like
chronological? order?
chronological order? Because in that case, if it's chronological, then like Horse and His Boy should be after Prince or before.
Okay,
It-
I'll
no,
think-
try to
I think
Horse
it's
and His
between
Boy-
no, because Horse and His Boy takes place like during
In the-
Chronicle, during
yeah.
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
It's in the
'cause it's when
interim.
they're
It's during the time skip
yeah. So like they would have to put that show
somewhere.
I don't know where they would put
What
it.
they
They'd-
do
they'd
is
have
they
to pull
adapt
the
that as an
actors.
HBO original show
Oh, that'd be cool.
instead of a movie.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like I would have liked to seen them all, specifically like Silver Chair.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
is incredibly
And
weird. And last battle,
would
so
be really
when they
good.
finally kill everyone at the end.
Like those would all be really good, and they could do Magician's Nephew in there somewhere and be great.
Yeah, because those all have really neat and weird things
Yeah.
in them.
But
They
I
have to get
knew
through
that
the other stuff.
they would have to, yeah, and exactly, and I knew that. I knew they were gonna have to get the Prince Caspian, and they'd have to have Horseman's Boy in there somewhere, and those are both not great. They're fine.
They are different genres.
Yes, that's a
They
good
are
way
not
of
Okay, I
describing
fixed
it.
it.
the
I fixed
same.
everything.
That's definitely a good way of describing it.
We're at the
I
end
love
of the
Prince Caspian,
fucking
it's a really
stream,
good
but I
book,
managed to
but-
remember to fix the layout finally.
See, what they really need to make a movie of is this. There's a C.S. Lewis trilogy called Out of the Silent Planet.
I have those. They're
I
on the
fucking
bookshelf.
love those books.
I haven't read them, but we
Oh
have
my
like
God.
some old I'm not sure if they're original printings, but they are very old.
You can take the foam and just put it on the floor, babe. Yeah. So Out of the Silent Planet, the first book in the trilogy,
Dusty, I
really,
need you
really,
to
really
slow
good.
down.
Pellalandra gets a little weirder. Like, it's still good, but it's weird. And then That Hideous Strength, which is the last one, is really sloggy. But I would pay cold hard cash for that Out of the Silent Planet movie. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, like
that
it's
book is,
probably
like,
best
so
the best like to be digested as an adaptation, so it can be recut because it's from what the
bitch.
50s, 60s, or whatever.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And I'm sure there's a lot of garbage in there that doesn't need to be there.
Well, what's super funny is like really not like so Out of the Silent Planet in particular, like the first two, like they're pretty like
Digestible.
quick moving books. Like I
Yeah.
would equate them to like The Hobbit or
Mhm.
as far as like it's just that third one is just so long. Like they would have to cut so much in the third
Yeah.
one for it to be palatable.
That was very close.
Is it just a very dense book that
You
would have been
almost had
better
me
being
socks.
split into two?
Kinda. It's
Hey,
just
Ninja.
really it's like it's
I hope you enjoy
so like
first
the
place.
first two books are
Oh,
like
no.
they're
I
you know
won't.
like good they're like
Oh,
not
hey, look.
long like you can read
Yeah.
it in like a couple
They're
of
like
days.
300
you know.
maybe, like
Um,
glancing at the ones we have out there.
Yeah.
There's-
And then That
there's-
Hideous
the
Strength
copies
is
are
like the
small.
size of both of them combined.
It's a double
Like,
book, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's just sloggy and it's just long. And you're like, okay, get to the point. I want to go to Jupiter. Like it's mostly after. So it's just I think the pacing of the first two sets you up for a certain expectation
Pages, and it's
of like
just
where like
completely
what's gonna
different.
happen, and then it's just so much slower. You're like, okay, well, we're going to Jupiter, right? Like, why are we still on Earth? Where's the spaceship? Like, come on, get your shit together.
I have nothing. I have no.
It's really good. Like, I still love it. It's just like,
Why
come on.
why
Hey, what up?
There's a lot of like
Hey,
old
what up?
sci-fi books I would kill for movie adaptations of.
Personally,
Um,
something I want to see like a new
Okay,
like
okay.
adaptation of like the
Okay.
Time Machine, because it's always like
Oh,
a
yeah.
really interesting thing. The last one we had was like 2003, 2007. There's
Yeah,
a
something like
somewhat
that.
recent
It
one.
was yeah, but it had the same like energy as like the newer Planet of the Apes film,
Mhm.
and so it was like good. It was okay, but it felt like it was missing something. I
Yeah.
just felt like I love
I
the
think-
OG Time Machine
Old
movie.
one, yeah.
That was like my
I think
favorite.
there was too much hubris in that last.
See, there's a book,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, you
one of
get
my
dunked
favorite
on.
sci-fi books of all time.
Yeah.
It's called West of Eden by Harry Harrison. It's a 3-book
Mhm.
trilogy. West of Eden, Winter of Eden, and Return to Eden. And it presupposes a world in which the dinosaurs never went extinct. And it takes place in like a I would say like it's like the humans had the technology equivalent of maybe like they're it's a little unclear, but like
Mhm.
early agriculture.
Like
Yeah.
Indus Valley stuff.
Yeah, because what happens is that
Oh,
the humans that you
no.
work with are hunter gatherers, but they
Mhm.
meet people who have started agriculture. So that's kind of like where it's at. But there's a dinosaur civilization. It's a sapient species that evolved from dinosaurs called the Yulane, and they're this matriarchal biomechanical race. Like they don't build any of their machines. They genetically modify animals that already exist with their machines.
I don't
And
even know what I
So
got. hit by.
fucking good.
That was a green shell, motherfucker.
Like instead of
Die.
submarines,
Ow.
they like hollowed out the body of a shark. Like it's so weird. and it's so bizarre, and no one knows about this trilogy, and I'm like, it's so good, and I would pay.
I believe I've heard of it before, but I don't know much
I believe the
about
title
it.
of this video, when I post it, will be Ashe and Boco's Book Club featuring Mario Kart.
Turns out I have a lot of books. I just don't have time to read them. So like the book I mentioned earlier that I bought that came out this year is by an author I read a lot when I was a teenager who's doing a big name fantasy series, and it has now released a science fiction book, which I have not gotten the chance to read, but I watched an interview with him on one of the channels I follow on YouTube, and it's like, yeah, I spent a year figuring out how I wanted to get faster than light travel to work in my book.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was like, wow, how about that? Maybe I'll read that, because I got the... So the funny thing, when the fantasy series that he wrote, I own a box set for, but then he realized, oh man, I can't fit the last book into a third book, so I'm splitting it into two. So I have a box set with 3 books in it, then the 4th book's just sitting to the side of it. And it looks really awkward, and I kind of hate it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Am I gonna get
I like writing fiction. I like writing fiction. I don't have to think about things. Like
Yes, come on!
I can just be like, whatever, magic wormhole,
Bullshit.
it's fine. Done.
Yeah.
I had him. I had him, you motherfucker.
And I'm just like, whatever, magic, it's fine.
Who did that? Who did that? You have invoked my wrath.
Okay, this is officially a race between first and second for me and Ninja.
For more marbles than I would like.
I was like, no, the red shell at this last second. I was like, oh, I'm done.
If it hadn't been for the lightning, I would have fucking had you.
Yeah.
Every time.
Okay.
I'm just not allowed to have fun.
No, it's Mario Kart.
Here we go.
Now that I'm thinking about it, like, I think one of the books that had, like, the biggest effect on me was, like, a series is, like, called the Enchanted Chronicles, or something along those lines, basically going off the idea that, like, in all the old fairy tales, there's the forest. And so it's taken this idea that every forest in the same story is the same forest.
Oh, I like that. That's nice.
And it's basically just, like, everything past that is, like, original. I first learned the meaning of gender in, like, the 2nd book. Basically, it's like, so, like, it's in the first, no, it's technically in the 3rd book. So, like, one of the characters is a dragon. She's become King of the Dragons, which is the name of the job, is a thing they make very clear in the 1st book. And, like, when a talking donkey is confused about it, don't worry about the donkey. It gets explained later. It used to be a rabbit.
Okay, well, hold on. I feel like you've explained nothing.
I've actually explained less. Don't worry, it gets better when the donkey turns insubstantial.
Well,
so basically, it gets confused about why she's the king of the dragons, and one of the talking cats who's there. Don't worry about that. He's like, it's the name of a job. It has nothing to do with gender, and I still remember that line in my head 17 years later or whatever. It's an excellent series of, like, I think 5 books that has had, like, a huge impact on, like, the way I view fantasy stuff.
I don't like where that landed. Fuck.
And then
I could do nothing.
The main other thing that's had, like, a big effect on me, like, fantasy book-wise, was the Edge Chronicles, which is a very different thing, which is basically sort of steampunk-ish stuff with, like, basically it's, like, at least in the... It's
Ashe,
more or less separated
me,
into 3 sections, or 3, like, eras or whatever. Or the first one, which is the one I'm most attached to, is basically about, like, sky pirates and stuff, but their ships work by having big rocks. The rocks cause them to float. It's just, like, a really cool thing I've been really attached to for a long time. I just haven't gotten a chance to read, like, the 10th book or whatever, because it's, like, 3 times the size of the previous ones.
See, I feel like, so I have such a weird relationship with books because, like, I read, like, things like Chronicles of Narnia.
God damn it!
No, that kind of shit at an age-appropriate level.
Yeah.
But like,
You're too far
I
ahead.
kind
I'm
of
not
like
gonna be able to keep up.
skipped this whole sort of like
I had
level of books.
I was about to have
Mhm.
items
that
that
by
may
the
have
The
time
helped.
I
YA.
was like, yeah, and like, but well, by the time like I skipped YA almost completely.
You
Like,
bastard.
and the YA was a little bit different back then. This was like pre-Hunger
Yeah.
Games and shit. The YA is
Yeah.
a much different landscape. Pre Harry Potter even, or like
Mhm.
early Harry Potter. And so like I kind of apart from like Chronicles of Narnia and apart from like Harry Potter and apart from maybe like a series of unfortunate events, like I skipped to
Gold
adult
trophy,
books
but with an
Mhm.
like
asterisk.
in like 4th grade. Like I was reading these West of Eden books in like 6th grade,
Yeah.
and so I skipped like this whole
I
kind
don't
of
wanna
era of
share.
YA books with a couple of exceptions.
my
Darkest Rising
first
series, I read that
place.
one. That was really good. I can do one more. I said I
Okay.
can only do one more, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna do one more. And so it's like, so as an adult, I like everyone's like, oh yeah, everyone had a Warriors phase, and I was like, what the fuck is Warriors?
What?
Warrior
Like,
cats?
It was just not on my
Motherfucking
radar
warrior
whatsoever,
cats?
because I was reading like Gulliver's Travels, and I was reading all these like old 60s sci-fi
Mhm.
books, and like Harry Harrison and Ray Bradbury and like Kafka.
Y'all
I'm
motherfuckers
a
know
giant
about
fucking
Legend of
nerd.
Droon?
No.
Wait,
I'm
what?
gonna take that as a no.
No, I didn't hear what you said.
Y'all motherfuckers heard
I
of
just didn't
Legend
hear
of
what you said.
Droon?
I'm not familiar with Legend of Droon.
It is similar in premise to the Magic Treehouse, in which there is, I don't remember if it's a
nice.
treehouse or just a door that leads them to like a magic world, but it's like the
Mhm.
same magic world,
So
not like a
so it's
time
an
travel
isekai.
shit. I
Oh my
remember
God,
very little
so-
about that series, other than there was a cool wizard in it. But I read,
So,
I read and
after-
owned most of the books. Sorry, I am now done.
No.
Uh-oh, my stream froze. No, computer, this is a bad time. Oh no. I can't.
So,
I'm in
would-
fucking 12th
my-
because my goddamn computer froze. I'm going backwards.
Next.
Oh no. So
Oh my God.
when my episode of Kuma 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 Bear was gonna come out, my mom called me like earlier that week, and she's like, "Anything new exciting happening?" I was like, "Oh, I recorded for a new show. The episode should be airing this week." And she's like, "Oh my God, what's the show about?" And I hate describing anime to my mom because like it's
Yeah,
so
I can
difficult
understand.
to find a reference point. Like when I recorded for Fire Force last, she was like, "What's the show about?" And I was like, "I don't."
Magic
know,
firefighters.
Mom. Magic fire people.
It's about
Firefighters.
it's about magic
Whatever.
firefighters and also kind of nothing.
Yeah, like that's why I basically had to like explain. So
It seems like a bunch of cool stuff is gonna happen, and then none of it ever
Yeah.
really resolves.
Exactly. But like so Kuma 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 Bear, it's an isekai. And so my mom was like, "Oh, what's it about?" And I was like, "Oh, it's an isekai." Shit, she knows that. Like I just stopped for a minute and be like, "She doesn't know what that is." And she's like, She's like, what's that? And I was like, okay, well, it's like, the premise is like, you go into a video game that's kind of like VR, but like you're living in the world. And I'm like trying to explain it. And she's like, oh, so like Tron? And I was like, fuck, actually, yeah.
You're right.
You're right.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, you know what? Fair. Like that's a fair comparison.
Yeah, that's like an isekai light. I don't like qualifying the video game ones at, oh my gosh, 2 golden mushrooms in a row, dude.
That's something.
I don't like qualifying the video games ones as isekai or like because it's
Right,
not
no, like,
another world.
fair.
You're still in the real world. You're just mind sucking computer.
Right, like fair. Like that's, I'm not gonna like.
I
Like, fair,
understand
like,
why
kind
people
of
call it that
like
because the themes
Yeah.
are basically the same thing.
Right. Like I was trying to avoid using things like full dive. I think I said full dive video game. I don't remember what I said. But basically, as I was describing it, she's like, "Oh, it's not yeah, you're right."
Like I mean, like the main thing if you're like going to explain a normal isekai, the easy like literary comparison is Alice in Wonderland
Why are
Yeah,
there
no,
two
absolutely.
blue
or
shells?
Narnia.
Get
Those
fucked,
those
that's
two
why.
are the easiest comparisons to make because everyone knows what those are.
Right.
That was.
Now I'm remembering there's
Because I was
this.
trying to
You're
focus
still
on the
gonna
video
win,
game
Dusty,
aspect.
don't
Like
fail.
I was trying to
yeah.
like explain like, oh, she's in a video game,
Mhm. I feel like that is
Yeah.
probably a more important part of it
Yeah.
than a otherworld
and it
thing.
being
because
the
those
whole like
video games-
yeah.
I can't believe I came back from my computer
Yeah.
literally crashed 2 seconds.
I was like, I was like, that's Ninja, right, Rosalina? Yeah,
Yes.
it is.
Yes, it is.
I don't like this map.
I
as
got
much.
I got like
always
4
think from the
goddamn
building.
stars in a row. The game carried me super hard because it knew.
Now I remember there's this like kids like Christian book that we had that was a little scary. I don't remember what it was called, but it was more or less it's an allegory for like the bad things in Revelation, like whatever. But this one thing is like this one guy that represents as like the footman, the bad guys, like what? Oh, he's scary. He showed up and he's shooting sparks out of his hands or whatever. But the thing is, idiot me child had to input something there to represent him, and unfortunately, the thing my brain chose to put there was Waluigi.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, no, that's fair.
so now in my mind, I had this evil guy that's basically like the stand-in for the servant to the Antichrist. Is
And it's
Waluigi.
Waluigi.
Now the thing is, the most unfortunate thing is like, no, you just forget that. I still remember this 20 years later. I still remember Waluigi Antichrist stomping his foot and shooting sparks out of his hands.
That's
Boco, that might be the
If
funniest thing
anyone's
you've ever
listening-
said in my presence.
If anyone's listening that has Photoshop, please create a Waluigi.
If anybody in the future watching this on YouTube, when I inevitably put this up,
Like, whenever I have access to my computer, I'll probably look at it and just be like, hey, welcome.
Oh, I think because like I remember the name of the bad guy was the Enchanter. That's all one of the few things I remember.
This
I don't
sounds
remember.
creepily familiar. This may have been a book that was in my youth group's book club list.
Oh, this might have been in like your church library if you had
yeah.
one.
Yeah. No, I did.
Yeah, because it was a series of at least 3 books. And one of the few other things I remember, there's this bit about like 3 different guys who sat on the poles and gave the news to people. And the 3 of them went by 3 different names. There was I say, you say, and we say. And then they would say the news.
you
And
say.
it would be different about you say that the king is the Antichrist, or then the guy's like, I say the king is the Antichrist, or we say is the king is the Antichrist, or something along those lines. It's basically
I'm gonna have to look this up in a minute because this sounds so familiar.
okay. We definitely have read the same books.
Probably no.
Well,
Well, I mean, like
read-
yeah, like that's the thing. Like my church, my various churches, we had like youth group book club. But we read the Left Behind series, like the Left Behind
Oh, yeah,
Kids
that-
series. Not the adult series, the Left Behind Kids.
Reset
and there
this
was
bush
God,
in
it was-
between laps. Ow, why?
Gosh, that was a trip.
I wasn't a threat.
Well,
I'm trying to remember a few other things about that series. I remember there was a thing
Boco was in
with
second.
there's a thing with like a street performance, I know that, and then there's an underground resistance for when the king, who's obviously Jesus, was killed or supposedly killed. Is that? I don't remember much else. I'd have to look it up. I remember that the Christians
What?
hid in the
Why
woods,
you have to? Why do
and they were like axemen or something like that, hatchetmen, something. It was something related to axes. I remember, woodsmen, something along those lines. I
Oh,
cannot
what? No!
remember what they're
that?
I'm thinking
I just didn't make it up the fucking. Oh my god.
Okay.
What I got from that last double box before going up the lift was I got a mushroom and I got a fire flower, and I'm like, fuck yes, I can take the shortcut, I might be able to beat Dusty. But I just didn't clear the lip when I was coming up over the top. I just hit the wall. I didn't know that was
Were you holding
possible.
back?
No. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I just beefed it. I just lost. I didn't know you could do that on that one.
That's why, like, especially, I think 100cc and 50cc, 50cc especially, will probably, that'll happen more often because of, like, the less speed.
Depression.
I think, yeah. I think you just gotta hold back a little more when going up that.
I can't believe that fucking happened. It doesn't even matter anymore. Dusty's got this one. I'm bullying you.
Are you?
Yeah, Ash and I are trading some paint back here.
Yeah,
That's good.
I forgot that corner was longer than I thought it was.
If anything else, like, there could be like 3 blue shells this round,
And then you could end up in 12th place, and then I'd win, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm about to get hit by Bowser's fist. Nope.
I'm gonna scoot through this fist. There I go.
I didn't. You got the giant fist.
Yeah.
Ow. I got squashed.
Please don't
Now-
throw any more red shells.
Now I'm thinking about books I definitely shouldn't have read at my age. I only have, I think, one, and that book was Battle Royale, which I read like
Oh, the
high-
Japanese one?
Yes, the Japanese
Yeah.
one, which
Yeah,
I
I
read in
didn't
high
read
school. It is a good book, definitely not for teenagers. There's basically a scene where it's basically the archetype was like a gal. I guess is probably what she would have been looked at as, like, if it was an anime adaptation, which I don't think they should ever do that because it would
No,
not
the
go
movie,
over
the
well.
movie was fine. Like,
The movie was good. They cut out a lot of the weird and gross stuff. There's a lot of weird stuff.
that
in the book.
I was aware of. Yeah.
The manga did not. It actually may have made it worse.
Yeah, no, I can
Also,
see that.
the manga is also kind of ugly. I'm not gonna lie. But so like the main thing that I remember is, so there's basically a gal and this like a short, scrawny kid. You know what he looks like.
Yeah.
He gets shot. While protecting her from something or whatever. She apologizes, and she has sex with him while he's bleeding out and dying.
Oh, that's weird. But you know what? Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the that's like one of the main scenes that's remained in my memory. Is that it's like, huh?
There was a book series, and it was one of the few like YA books.
Suck my nuts,
It was
Villager.
a book series
Sorry.
called EverQuest.
You mean like
And-
EverQuest Online?
No. I don't even know if it was called EverQuest. I think it was called EverQuest. What, Alex? Everworld. Thank you. Everworld. But that book was like made for teenagers, and I probably read it in like 4th grade. And in one of the books, like the second book in the series, they're these like little 150 page books, like super short.
Fuck
They're
off,
like
Bowser.
they go back in time.
Huh.
And so they're with these Vikings, and this Viking like propositions this girl for sex. And
What?
like there's this whole thing where they're like these teenagers are like in this like longhouse with all these Vikings, and like they're like talking about how they could hear like other Vikings like banging. Begging each other how uncomfortable it makes them. And that was a very weird thing to read in like 4th grade. I was like, what? Hello? Huh?
Yeah.
What's that?
Like I understood.
I
like,
am playing
understood,
through
like,
the capture mode guide.
intellectually what was happening.
That's why when my
But, like,
game
it's
crashed
very
or when my
uncomfortable.
computer crashed, I just stopped responding in any meaningful way. That's why that happened. I think Dusty just won. That was the last one, right?
Yeah.
Do I have
He's
to
got
suffer one
45.
more?
No, there's one more.
Oh
Yeah.
God, no. I don't even want it. There's no point anymore. I can't catch up.
Aw, dang, it's wrong one.
I'm just gonna spill water all over my
That's really-
face like a fucking
know there was
baby.
there was a trilogy of like books I read when I was younger. It was like very much. It was a world where their economy was based off what you did in this video game. But it was like super far in the future sci-fi, which was also basically their economy was based around this like a roguelike MMO, where if your character died, they were dead forever, and that was also all of your like actual worth in the economy. Which is like, it's like, now that I'm describing it, it's like, man, that's really weird and stupid. But like, and it was like these 400-page books. I don't remember what the name of them were, but it was very interesting because like this is also probably like my first introduction to like maybe not like even like weird seeing video games represented in a
Fiction setting.
in fiction setting, yeah. Now I wasn't really into like big MMOs. Like now with 1,000 hours of Final Fantasy, don't worry about it.
You weren't quite obsessed yet.
I'm not obsessed. I'm not at 80 million gil yet. I'm almost there.
You're almost there.
I would say you're definitely
almost there. Plus, just play a break early. That's all. But like one of the main things that stood out to me.
Oh my god.
That basically, the main character is like, oh, I lost my character because apparently the strategy in this game for the people who didn't want to lose their characters was go to the first zone and kill goblins for like 1 copper every 5 goblins or something, and never leave that zone because you'll die. There's a possibility you'll die, and that's why everyone's poor. Because they only grind goblins.
Alright.
Babe, can you fucking stop?
Ash, you seem to be prepared for everything, okay?
But the main thing was like the guy is like, whatever. This time I'll make a girl, and she's gonna be, and I'm not gonna make her to be good. I'm just gonna have fun.
Oh my god, this was a bad
And
decision.
he makes the swashbuckler, and then she becomes the best at everything, and like destroys the like the economy, and the people who are running together like, oh no, we can't have you doing that. So they get on their god-modded characters to come and kill her. There's so much garbage in there, and later in it's like after they fix the thing and kill the end boss of the game, which ends the game, I think. And like, hey, now we're gonna do it in real life, whatever, to fix our economy. After that, several books later, there's different games that they're put into. This is Sword Art Online. Don't worry about
Did you just figure that out just now?
I was thinking like, yeah, this is kind of similar to Sword Art Online, but like, it's kind of weird because like, so like at some point in one of the other games, they find a door to the old game, and they go in there, and it's just basically empty with like one self-aware NPC.
Alright, I'm hopping off.
Who is a real person, apparently, back on Earth. This is also on a different planet.
Watching Ash just yeet into space is an incredible way to end this video. Alright, well...
I'm still trying to figure out this... Okay, I gotta go.
Once again, Dusty is the king of Mario Kart. Thanks for watching. And we'll be back tomorrow with Maplebrook. Fuck, I have to... Well, I don't actually have to write for that. We pretty much... I have it.
We just have to do the fight.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Night.